Hey witches, I'm going to do a video about spellcasting basics. I think I put part of this in my Witchcraft 102 video, but I don't think that I included all this information, so that's what we're going to do. So stick around. So when you're getting ready to do a spell, the first thing you need to do is you need to think about your intention. What are you trying to achieve? What are you doing? What do you want? Once you've done that, to stack your magic, make sure that you choose your right day and time, your planetary day and your planetary hour. Line them up. There's an app you can get. I have it. I just typed in planetary hours into the app store and it was free, and it's so cool. It'll tell you the planetary hour for any day. You just put the date in and the time. And I'll also put the link I've put before about what spells to do on what days and all that. So next, create your spell. Okay, this is if you're creating it. Now, you may use a spell that somebody else created. That's fine. It's okay. You can use it as is. You can change it up. It doesn't matter. But say that you're creating your spell. Make sure that you choose the right correspondences. I've got, I'll put a link for that in there too. I've given you guys that before, but I'll give it to you again. Gather all of your correspondences. Make sure you write everything down in your BOS. What oils are you going to need? What herbs, resins, what incense, what color candle, if you're using candles, are you going to use? Objects, sigils, photographs, whatever you can think about, whatever you can think of that's tied to your spell. Gather those materials or write them in your BOS, and then when you get ready to do your spell, gather them. Okay. So let's say you've got everything you need and you're ready to cast. Prepare yourself and your space. Okay. So how do you prepare yourself? Well, take a ritual bath if you can, and it's really good to use some of those herbs that you're going to be using in your spell. Use those in your bath water. You can make a tea, a really strong tea with them, and then dump that in the tub with you and soak in those herbs. That is a way to layer magic. You don't have to. I would suggest at least taking a shower and getting clean and putting on clean clothes, just so you don't have any weird energy attached to you. Plus, it helps you to get into that state. You can drink a magical tea. I have a whole video on witchy teas. You can drink the tea just a little while before you start to get ready to cast. And then you need to find a quiet place where you're not going to be bothered for the duration of the spell. I would say give yourself 45 minutes to an hour, depending on what you're doing, because there's nothing more annoying when you are doing work and you are in it and you are ready and the energy's there and everything's going great, and then somebody's bothering you. It just sucks. So make sure you know that nobody's going to bother you. So then you're going to make it a spell casting environment, okay? Cleanse it with something. Cleanse the room. Fill it with some incense smoke that corresponds with your intention. You can even make your own incense and burn it on a charcoal disc and your cute little cauldron or fireproof bowl. And just get it, a witchy feel to it, just to help you get into state. I like to turn the lights off and just work with candlelight, work by candlelight. I have several working candles that aren't for anything except for just so I can see. You can do that, but you don't have to. You can have the light on if you want, because you got to be able to see, right? And then you're going to ground yourself. Then you're going to meditate and focus on your attention. Yes, I said meditate again. But if you're a witch, you know the importance of meditation. You do. So meditate on that intention. Get yourself into state. And then you're ready to do magic. So the next thing you're going to do is raise your energy for your spell. So you can do this by chanting, dancing, listening to music, focusing on the elements, maybe, lighting a candle and just, staring at the flame, or, putting your hands in a bowl of water, however you want to raise energy. There's so many ways you can create a cone of power, whatever resonates with you. You can draw energy from the earth by standing barefoot outside and taking that energy, kind of like the opposite of grounding. Instead of giving your energy to the earth, you're taking some energy. And if you do that, make sure you thank Mother Nature. You can also draw upon universal energy. And then you're going to meditate again on your intention and its outcome. Okay? And this time, you're going to be visualizing how your life will be different after your spell manifests. You could, if you have a picture, say you want a car. Say you want a 2021 Mustang, and that's what you want. Well, put a picture of the car there. Put it there so you can think about it when you're focusing and getting into state. That way it's fresh in your head what you want. Pictures are great to use. Representations of what you want to manifest. Objects. Just whatever you've got. And then you've got to have that pure blind. Sorry guys, it cut off. Don't know why. Anyway, so you've got all of your ingredients, everything you need. Got a strong intention. You're in the right headspace. You're ready to go. So you're going to go ahead and cast your circle, or whatever your tradition or your practice dictates. I don't always cast a circle. Sometimes I'll work directly from the altar, and that's fine. It's fine. Just do whatever resonates with you for that particular working. You can even go outside. It's wonderful to be able to do spell work outside. I'm actually getting ready to go outside and do a spell under the full moon here in a second. So you got everything ready. You've cast your circle. And then you can go ahead and cast your spell. I like to use a bell. Sometimes, most of the time, at the beginning and the end of my spells, it kind of signifies the beginning and signifies the end. When you're doing your spell, if you called in any spirits or anybody, make sure that you thank them and release them. And while casting your spell, it's important to have confidence. Without confidence, you're not going to accomplish much. It's also important to stay in that magical headspace throughout the spell. Okay? You've raised all that energy. While you're casting your spell, you'll be releasing that energy. And you'll know what time to release it. You'll know. And then at the end of your spell, open your circle, close the portal, put your tools away, and like I said, release anybody that you called in. Maybe you called in a goddess or god. Maybe you called in, spirits and ancestors, spirit guides, whatever. Release and thank everybody. And then celebrate. Okay? They used to do cakes and ale. I know you've heard me talk about that before. You don't have to do cakes and ale. You can do whatever you want to celebrate. You don't have to eat carbs. But do whatever you want to do to celebrate your hard work, because it is hard work to do all this. It is not easy. You're going to be tired, but that's okay. And now you wait. You want to be patient and have faith that your spell worked, okay? Thinking about it too much or worrying about it is going to create an energy blockage, and it's going to weaken your magic. You don't want to do that, okay? Now, when your spell has manifested, journal about that experience. Get your little witchy journal and journal about it. What happened? How did it manifest? Did it manifest in the way that you thought it was going to manifest? Or was it a little different than you thought? Did it fail completely for that particular time? Okay? Because remember, sometimes we have to do things more than once. Okay? It doesn't always work the first time. It doesn't. You may want to do, if you're doing an abundance spell, you may want to do that every Thursday while the moon is waxing, and then again on the full moon. If you're trying to banish something, you would do that every Saturday while the moon is waning, and then you could do it on the full moon again. So sometimes it takes more than one go, and that's completely fine. You just put more energy into it. So just remember, stack your magic. Stack it. Use the moon phase, planetary day, planetary hour, herbal correspondences, oils, candle correspondences, everything you can put together. If you're writing your own spell, if not, if you're using one that you found, then that's fine. Just gather everything that you need, and happy casting. And that's all I have, guys. Blessed be.